here.
This piece is called The History of Mankind. Tree through our paths, covered in moss and weeds, we stumble on the cracks and scrape our knees. Thunderclaps, we take shelter from danger, the commotion caused by nature. Could this be a God's anchor? Hence our sense of a higher being. Groups we have gathered, differences we divided, and built kingdoms on our branded soil, destruction and animals we have betided. Our sense of ownership grew, we turned senseless and violent, and slaughtered each other, compelling our kingdom silent. The fire in our eyes roared, as our thirst for blood thickened. A desire for war in our souls broiled, demand for change and order quickened. Commence a fallacy we nurture for centuries, that only the elite shall live in luxury, while the insignificant starve, the colored enslaved, the delegates forced upon a role to serve. Vast revolutions swept the lands, as we heard, but listened to be seen through our disparities, our aim to transform society blurred. Reckless we're becoming, for our sense of good and evil blend. The norm is no longer normal, and the ecstasy of truth and justice tastes bitter. Now we've dispersed into different paths, covered in moss and weeds. We fall over the vines and bloody our hands on our abandoned knees.
This piece is called A Dream That Carries On. The stars carry me off into the distance, where reality is nothing but a mere memory to forget. Traveling high above the mountains, they whisper through their hollow core within them, enabling nowhere to go or escape. The village lights up with brilliance at night, to chase out the darkness into deep depths of the earth, to those who lurk in the alleys. While the children sleep away, leaving a smile on their face, knowing they are safe and sound, knowing no harm will come to them. The stars watch over us like our guardian, leading us in the right direction when we need it. They provide us a light when we're alone. I just want to stay like this for a moment, if possible. In this dream we so call it, or imagination. I don't want to go back. If I stay here too long, I'm afraid to fall into a black hole and never returning back. Eventually, I'm going to turn, since it's just a dream that's not real, it's fake.
This piece is called Ringmaster. Life is like a circus, you have your acrobats. It always has crazy turns and multiple twists. Life is like a circus and you are the ringmaster, controlling different acts through the show. You are the tiger going through the ring of fire, but you are also the juggler. Life is like a circus, you are the audience watching the show, and the people in the back helping them, watching them grow. You are the talent, you are the star, but if you don't watch your back, you can get pushed back really far. Life is like a circus, it's all fun and games unless you're the tiger in the back being strained. Thank you.
This piece is called Exhibit I. I want to drown myself in paint thinner to loosen the impaired feelings I have in a ripped apart canvas. I want to waste a little time and peace I have in the day, picking paint and charcoal out from underneath my nails, from attempts of portraying profound feelings I no longer feel. I want to be in an art museum. Exhausted, cold, alone, admired from afar, so no one can touch me anymore, with misconstrued compassionate fingers that burn the fragile fixed coatings and ignore the handle with care sign. I would like to be called I, because I am not enough to be in uppercase, though I would not like to be encased in the protective lacquer used to protect the peace from prying eyes, attempting to unearth every secret in the layers of hurtful criticism brought forth throughout time. I do not wish to be protected because no one would want me to take up space for more than the 10 years it takes for paint to deteriorate. Maybe I could get a lone stand in a lone corner. I just want to be somewhere. I just want to be known, admired, and seen for at least that amount of time that the most human contact is given is questionable looks and disapproving stares towards how this piece is even art. I want to be in a museum because I don't think I deserve to be in humanity anymore.
My name is Ailey Hartzendorf, and I will be reading He Who Stands Tall. Who is he? The eyes of onlookers fathom, wondering who this person could be. Who is she, is what they should say, her face embarrassed, devoid of glee. A disease inflicts its wicked curse, causing a young girl to be called sir. It's polite, yet rude, but do they not see her purse? It burns, both her dignity and face. From shaving excessively every morning, she fears having to make her gender a case. In a society where gender is black and white, where no one is allowed to change who they are, experiencing their fear and pain, she has to fight. The harassment people get in public or at home, she has experienced it fully and wants it gone. She's not trans, she has polycystic ovarian syndrome. When will it end? Will it ever at all? Her face shows confidence in her strides. She hopes for a future where prejudice will fall. She speaks for those with voices small. She hopes you'll acknowledge her morals, but for now in the public eye, she is he who stands tall.
Hello, I'm Zaria, and this is called Who Am I? Who am I to say who I am? As soon as we come crashing into the world, we're being molded by society's unforgiving, fervent hands. A number slapped on my face that determines who I am before I even get the chance. All decided on by my name, class, and race. My first steps are followed by my parents' death. My first kiss lingers with my mother's incomplete degree. My first card revs out my father's criminal history. Every milestone in my life tainted and stigmatized. Everything and nothing that I had to do with is telling me who I have to be. But if I look in the mirror, when I look, if I really look, I can see the edge of the mask peeling up that's been glued there by him. The facade forced on me being ripped off by my own hand, at my own will, discovering who I really am. And when I've completely lacerated that facade and torn the mask off, for this first time I get to see me, and I get to say who I am.
While we're waiting, let's give him another hand.
So thank you for everyone who came and everyone who made this possible. I didn't know this was a thing till now. But also to my teacher who always is telling me to read in our creative writing class. So this is for you, Missy. Thank you guys. So this piece is We are, I am, the forbidden fruit you are warned about in stories. My sisters and I. Cuidado con las chicas de la fruta. You see that succulent, delicious morsel teasingly dangling from the treetops? That's me. A juicy, ripe mango growing towards the sun. Oh, so sweet, innocent. And you so greedily hungered, craved, desired something you chose to describe as exotic. You lick your lips ravenously, like the beast I failed to see. How naive I was to so eagerly peel away my tart skin and let you take a bite. You wasted no time, so viciously tearing into my flesh, ripping away the once vibrant layers, draining my luscious nectar with your relentless, gnashing fangs, grinding me to a pulp to make me more palatable for your own taste. Juices dripping down your chin, leaving only syrupy stains that will never wash out. And then you spit me out, realizing I would not be consumed so easily. And you left me to rot. The fruit flies dared not come near, for I had nothing left worth taking. A hollow shell. So now, we are, I am, a pomegranate, forever bitter when bitten, achingly rigid to defend. But I now choose to treasure my divine tang for myself. How foolish of you to think you are ever worthy of my zealous zest. I am a sacred, savory support. I will live to thrive in the Garden of Eden. You will be banished for all eternity, left without the rich sweetness of ambrosia, forever forbidden from your mere mortal lips.
Okay, once again, thank you so much for participating in the competition and coming in to share that wonderful poetry with us. That was absolutely thrilling. Before you go, one thing we need to make sure that we do is to go in the back where Professor Murphy is, or, oh, no. Right there, and make sure you sign that so that that clears the gift cards you got. You got to sign that before, like if you walk out and you haven't signed it, they just kind of disappear into ash. Anyway, okay.